God, this thing's a pain in the ass here. Okay, recording's in progress. Yeah. And Nelson's wife works at home. Hi, Laura. It's just us guys here today, and so we'll get started. Okay, let's get started here. You guys can say
anywhere in the world. Oh, okay, that's nice.
All right. Oh, no, don't bark, Laura, man. That's rude. You guys can face this way. You can say, yeah, okay, I know what. I'll put her here. No, we like the sun. Why not? No, you guys can face this way. I'll face the sun. You're students. You pay me, so I might as well face it. Yeah, just face me. You don't have to.
Oh, you got sunglasses.
I got sunglasses, man.
Don't let me forget the page.
Oh, no, definitely not. Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's just warm up. I just decided to this place because we're being the sun. We hardly get any sun in this place. All right, so let's just warm up. Yeah, shit. That's a great idea, though, Mark. Yeah. And since we're retired, we can do shit. You know, I guess.
Maybe we can pick a spot, whether or not it's where they teach or not. Maybe we can pick another spot. Depends. If they're going to do drawing, you need someplace to get mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening to this guy who's saying like, someone asked him what was he like 70 or 80 or something like that. He goes, "What was your? Do you remember your first Aikido class or something?" And he's a Japanese American born in Hawaii. He was 10 years old. Goes, "Oh yeah, I remember. It was a concrete floor and it just had a canvas cover." Holy shit! Yeah, I had no money. Okay, so let's get
With Richard, we were working out outside.
Holy shit! Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I think it'd be good. You know, you guys need to. You know, it'd be good for you guys to learn to roll too. Yeah. All right. Until what? Oh, till you get stretched. So this is other guy. I've been watching YouTube too, and there was this one guy who he changed his martial arts as he goes. After 20 years of kung fu, I quit kung fu, and because it wasn't helping me and blah blah blah. But I think because it wasn't working, and I don't know. I think if you could hit like Master Chen, and of course Master Chen fought a lot. Yeah, that's the thing.
We talked about this one, and to me, it's not really so much style. There are different classes, but if you work out 8 hours a day, you're going to be tough no matter what you do.
That's true. All right, here we go. It's nice and easy. Now, one thing I do want to impress upon you guys, I'm going to take all this crap off here. It's cold by my house. So if I could see from Mark, why don't you come here for the camera? So you just do the posture. You don't need to. We're not going to do anything spectacular. Okay. So here's your shoulder blade right here, right? Or over here for the camera. So the idea is to have this kind of feel like this goes down, like down, not like, you don't necessarily tuck it in so much, but it feels like it goes down. And so when this comes up, it's like this part goes down, all right? So I'll show you how that kind of works here with something like, let's see if I can do this. All right. So, so I don't want to like, he's going to hold me down. So I can't like do curl. I'm not doing a curl up, right? So I want to relax into here. And if I could do that, I can try to connect into the ground and he's going to hold me down. And I can just try to figure this out.
Yeah, there's no way.
Right.
Do that again.
Oh, okay, so we'll do the bad way first. Ready? Bad way. Oh, crap. Okay, so my shoulder blade is going to relax. And some of it's a little bit energetic. Some of it's mental. Like you kind of like the George, just all the energy kind of goes down to the legs, relax in the legs, soften this part so you don't hunch over. And then you just kind of start, I'm just going to add a little bit of tension so you can get that ready. And then I'll just relax up.
Yeah, I can't feel the difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to see if there's something different there, but
yeah, it's one way to,
you can feel.
well, you could do this. You could do this. I mean, no, go the shoulder right here. So, I mean, this is super obvious, right? And then this is more better posture, right? And then I'm just going to try, I'm going to try.
But
Did you see that?
To see if there was something.
Okay, you see this? I don't know if you feel that. All right. So, yeah, so the more, yeah. I think the real trick, I'm not going to try with Garrett though, because I may not make it. No, I can try with Garrett. Yeah, I try with Garrett. Okay. If it works with Garrett, I mean, yeah, okay. So here, there's no way I can do like a bicep curl with Garrett. No fucking way. So I need to have everything connected and I need to be in the ground. I need to have my back and my spine and I need to relax my hips. So if it's all tense, that's not going to work either. So I'll just relax and then try to get in here. Okay, there you go. Right. And so, I mean, there's some guys who are even really good. It's like, I still was a little bit straining, but there's some guys who are just like that. Yeah. And the more let's do it one more time. So, Laura at home, what you could do is just, and so we see that in this move. So at home, the very first move of Yang style is just this, right? So when you go like this, it's like all this energy drops down the back, right? All this energy drops down the back. And so people look at Yang style, they look at Tai Chi, and they're thinking, all this, but it's really trying to figure out how do you get that energy out there. And so and so you can take this exercise, and that's why when you go, that's why like when I teach this exercise to some new people, they're going to go like this, and they want to do it, but it's more like try to get that. It's like feeling that energy right down the back of the body, so you can take that nice and slow. This is kind of a George Chu. This is George Chu's earth energy. Yeah, you have to rise and drop. So this is George Chu thing, like the elevator, the weight on the elevator. Yeah, so this is the elevator car, and the weight's somewhere in the back of your body. If you could feel that. I mean, you could try it. I'll try it on Nelson. Nelson's good because Nelson hasn't. No, Nelson doesn't. I know he's really solid. So.
How hard?
No, really hard. You don't need to push me down. Just hold me. Yeah. I don't know if you push me down, we can try that. Okay, so first I'll just use my bicep. Oh, come on, Nelson. Even I can beat this with my arm. Ready? I'll just add my arm. Just keep saying. Oh, your body weight, whatever. Okay, ready? So I'm just gonna. Yeah. Okay, so just gonna relax.
My body weight, then I relax and actually.
Well, no, try that. Just see what the heck happens. All right, ready? So he relaxes. So I need to move him, and I'm not trying to necessarily go around him so much. I just want to check my connection in the back. I mean, there's other tricks you could do to go around him. So here, okay. So now he's no, that's fine. Right. So I'll just relax, and then it just. Yeah. So Mark, did you want to try? Yeah, you should. Just figure it out. Oh, you're trying the left side. The left side is worse.
Right when you pass up, you're like,
Because so Laura can see. So I said, well, at home, you just want to practice almost that yang style first section. So now Mark this is tougher because Mark has way more leverage. He's even taller than Garrett, right? And this is my left hand, so I think I could give my right hand a rest. So I'm going to see, I may not be able to do it on the left side because I don't have a good connection. Okay. And then just relax. Yeah. And so this is this. So if you do Tai Chi, you don't just do, you just don't do, oh, ooh. You gotta really feel this, yeah, you do. You kind of have to feel like the energy comes over, like, I don't know, over and down. Right? So you can just practice that and then just try to get the feel of it. And maybe you could try it on each other. I don't know. Uh-huh. Oh shit, yeah, he was really right. But if you think about all our power, it's like you can't really generate power unless you're connected to something. Even if you're lying on your back, if you push something up, you have to have something to push against. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Exactly. The whole thing with this is just you have to relax and you have to have your brain intent. Yeah. You can pick up your feet. You don't need to ground hose into the playground. Okay. So just take that, just kind of relax a little bit and just try to see if you can just, it's almost like you take your shoulder blade and go under. This will help you with your push lawnmower thing too. I did, yeah. But my wife's taking out a lot of the grass, so I'm getting lucky. It's for her garden. Oh, Mark. So that guy, that jerk, Mark's response to that guy, he goes, "What a dick." Well, he sent me another email, Mark, last night. Says to Bob, just watch a little bit of this YouTube by this crazy senator from Wisconsin. I said, fucking on, so I blocked his email. Yeah, God. He's a senator, and he's like, he is, but I'm sure he gets a lot of people. He probably takes Invectin. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why they do it. No, they probably got to vaccinate. They probably even got vaccinated. That's right. No, they don't admit that stuff. Okay, I'll give it to Trump. He did admit he got vaccinated and boosted. All right, so just kind of figure that out, and then we'll try a couple other moves. I got the shorter stick today because we were thinking playing around with that, but we'll want to work with that too. And it doesn't matter what length you have today. All right, let's try the chop. Okay, so likewise, so if we're trying to figure this move out, maybe the chop is the same way, right? Maybe the chop is the same way. So you don't want to chop from above, right? So let's just warm up a little bit, nice and relaxed, and just kind of feel that, see what's going on there. Okay. That's nice and warm in the sun. Jeez. Oh, yeah. So Nelson, you didn't hear the story. I guess some guy, he contacts me about like coming to class. And I told him that if you want to come to Sunday class, you have to be vaccinated and boosted. And he writes back to me, he goes, well, you know, the governor's saying this and that, and states are opening up, and outdoors you can't get, you know, it's hard to catch it. And I write back to him, my wife is concerned. It's as simple as that. So just like, you know, you're not going to argue with me about it. Yeah. That's right. It's no different. Don't show up. Yeah. And then he just takes a couple of days to write me back, and he wants me to watch a video of some crazy senator from Wisconsin. And so at first I found out who the senator is. And I said, oh, this fucker's crazy. And oh yeah, and then so I just blocked his email. I wouldn't even want to waste time with him. God. Okay. All right. Okay, so now let's look at this one. Right, so we had this one, try to work out with this one. So this one, what is it the same? You know, I mean, it's a different direction. Is it the same idea? So we just borrow Mark, Sifu Mark. Oh, this is other, I'll tell you about this other video. So the one thing I've been showing you guys was to try to connect this to this. But if I want to think of like, now, okay, so just before we do this thing, so Tai Chi is this, there's this move, right? And then there's this move. Okay, the starting move. So is this chop the same as this move? Well, you know what? Should be the same. So again, so if I just do the relax move, if I just do from the top of my body, right? No, crap. Right, and Mark is really strong, right? He's in the pipe fitters union. Okay. All right. So, but if you think, oh, if something goes down the back, won't that bring my arm up? But I think it just has to do something with your connection. So I want to try to relax a little bit, but I need to feel my leg and my back. And I want to have that energy go right down the back. And let's just try it. So I'll just try to relax. Maybe a little extension and just, I don't know if I could do it, but I'm actually doubting myself. Okay, here we go. First I'll add a little tension. I'll add a little tension to get him ready. And then I'll just relax it. All right. Wow. Does that really work? Let's get like Donna. Oh, you're just kidding. Remember Donna? Okay, ready? So, oh, do the fire hose. So he's the fire hose. So it's kind of, now this is tougher because he's on and I'm going to try beyond. Okay. So I'm just going to relax again. I can feel I can actually feel his unbendable arm. Oh, can't do it. Yeah, you beat the unbendable arm beats it. Yeah. Yeah, I know why I want to do this. Okay, he does the unbendable arm, and then I can see, so I can feel the unbendable arm where it's going, and I could just do something like, okay, so so the whole thing with this is like you have to relax, and here's some energy this way, and it's almost like you want to kind of go around his energy almost, so like trying to find a way to cut through it. Oh, disturb it? Yeah, that could. Yeah, that's true. Never mind. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that's true. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then some people do this other stuff. Okay, but let's just go just without the tricky stuff. Just be more sensitive. He has his unbendable arm, and I just want to be more sensitive to my body, and I just want to think of what my body can do. No, I can't do that. I have to destroy it. Okay, ready to go. Ready to go. Whatever. But you know, the other trick is, now the really obvious trick is, one, he has it. I have it, and I could go like this. All right. Anyway, you gotta do something. Yeah, yeah. You gotta do something. Okay. Anyway, so you can see, you can try to see if you could try to take that same feeling now in a different direction, right? Try to take that same feeling in a different direction. I should have you guys do it on yourself. You don't have to. I don't have to always show up for the camera. Okay. But it's a lot of it's just relaxed. Try to feel your shoulder blade right down the spine. That might help. Very good unbendable arm, though. Nothing has a good unbendable arm. Yeah. You don't practice enough? Okay, part of the no, so part of the skill is, and this is like Master Chan, like he was always like, you can't do this stuff if you have a bad posture. It's impossible to do this if your posture is bad, right? Because it's kind of like this whole thing about energy. It's like piping. You know, take your schedule 40, work in the pressure drops. I mean, just for these guys. See what a valve's going to put in, what kind of pressure the valve's going to add in. Get the right size pump. There's a whole class in college I said take about that. Pipe sizing, yeah, and how do you size the pump, and how do you calculate all the pressure drops so you get the right size pump. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's true. Now the back arm, even though we're working on the front arm, make sure that the shoulder blade in the back arm kind of sinks down too, right? So you don't hunch off the back like that. So if you kind of get them both going, you can feel your head pop up. So you can have that Robert idea of head stretching up. Yeah, yeah. So you can take these very simple exercises and work them for a little bit of a sensitivity kind of thing. Okay. Okay, let's think about the hip too. So again, it's a class of movement class. Yeah, I'm going to like rebrand myself as a movement instructor so I don't get the nut jobs. I know. I'm telling you, I'm thinking of retiring and just teaching this class on Sundays to you guys. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah. I'm still waiting, guys. No. He won't graduate. The challenge? Really? Yeah. And that's a traditional way of teaching Okinawan karate. They really toughen you up. Oh, sure. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's our first one. Okay, so let's do, we haven't done cat wash his face. My mouse hand is very powerful. Okay, so another good way to kind of get this feel is also with cat wash his face, right? So just for Laura here. So, well, I think you remember cat wash his face. And you could just go slow. And feel when you lift it up, it's more like a feel than like the actual shoulder blade cranking down. but it's kind of like that idea. And you feel the energy go straight down the spine maybe or something, or feel like a sensation. I don't like to use the word energy because then you will get the nut jobs. Right? Yeah, we work on energy in my Tai Chi class. And you have to bring your own fan and scarf, though. God. Yeah. Don't get, and then move the hip. So get the hip, so don't be stuck like this. If you don't move the hip, then you're kind of just doing your arms. So try to rotate in your hip a little, and then go slow. So coordinate the arm, hip, feet. I'll just go here with the video. Okay, so FYI, Laura, and you guys too. I've been putting the videos on my YouTube channel. So, because I don't have to, you always constantly remove the videos off my Zoom, right? So I think I probably put this up. I'm a little lazy about putting it on YouTube. It usually takes me about a day. Not because it's long and involved, but it's a little bit involved because I have to go to a computer instead of my phone. But so if you want to review the class, it'll be on YouTube. And if you see my YouTube channel, you'll see all the classes I've been putting on there so far. I thought I will put on every class onto the YouTube. Of course, on YouTube, I don't really have it labeled. It just has I would describe the class, but I won't say Tai Chi or Chen. I might say Chen class or Sunday class, but I won't like, because I don't want people finding me. Okay, up the middle, Mark, up the middle, and then to the side. If you go up the middle to the side, then you get it's better to get that feeling. You can get that feeling, okay? All right. Just nice and relax, feel the feet. You take your time to switch. So when you switch, do not lose your root, right? So when you switch, don't pop up and pop back. So you want to keep your root. This is nice to be working on soft surface because you can really feel like you're sinking into the ground. The soft surface, right? So so as you go back, you sink further into ground, like this roots back. As you come forward, this sinks into the back. This sinks right in there, and it sinks back. So you're never unsinking and putting back, right? Just sinking or connecting. Okay. Oh, it's really nice here in the sun. It's nice. It's not raining. I know. 2, 3. So you think it's that same guy that I'm kind of saying. Oh, this guy. Oh God. See, I kind of got sick of those guys. There was that one guy that came. He was like some kayak instructor, and he screwed up his shoulder. Yeah, I remember, and he just wasted my time for 20 minutes discussing with me what he wanted and what he wanted. Fuck you, just come to class or don't come to class. God, he never came back. Yeah, he didn't want to get bruised. Well, how are you gonna learn? I mean, you don't have to hit him. I didn't hit him hard. Right? You do. Well, I don't know. Well, that's true. That's true. That's what Master Chen told me, but I was so frightened of him. I don't think I learned that. He really, like, I really had to take a break. I had to do a break fall. I really had to do a break fall when he really sent me flying a couple times. I don't know. I think Mark has seen that. Oh, in California, the George Chu camp. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, that was Master Chen. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Well, the thing is, like George didn't know I took Aikido because he didn't know I knew how to take a fall. He just, yeah, Bob, you go. Anyway, oh, there's this great, I don't know if it's a great video or what, but there's this guy, Stephen Kessling. He's a jiu-jitsu dude in BC. But he has a great video about don't call me professor, don't call me Sifu, don't call me master, don't call me sensei. Because he feels, and that's why I've never had you guys do that to me. We can call Mark Sifu, Mark still. Sifu. Because you feel like if you start calling people that, then it sets up the weird mental thing, and then it's like those guys who have fake empty energy, right? Or yeah, or he's the master, so and he touches you, and you have to like, yeah, it's that kind of thing. No, that's true. Yeah. No, and the other thing is like, I mean, not for you guys because we're, you guys, we're all adults and everything, but yeah, people turn this stuff into like a religion. That's to me that's ridiculous. My one young style teacher, Master Dong. They call him Master Dong, I guess, because they call him Master Dong. But one lady wanted him. Well, we should petition Master Dong so we can get a space on the woods and people can live there and study with him. And Master Dong kicked her out of the school. He said, you should go to church. Oh, really? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, here we go. So let's try a little combination. Now we just still want to work with, we still, we don't necessarily think it's necessary about the techniques at the moment. We're just kind of thinking about how to do the movements, and then maybe maybe we'll see what the techniques might be. I didn't bring the hitting thing, and I do want to work on the Joe a little bit because I've asked you guys to bring the Joe. Okay, anyway, so let's just do, so we just keep it in one stance, just make it simple. So we just do a 1 and then just 2, okay? And we just alternate. And just feel the turning of the hip. And when you punch, that energy is going down the back. You could just do alternating to make it easy. 1. And even this one, that energy, the same energy both sides. Wow, it's really nice today. 1. So we're not going to think you're trying to hit the guy, because if most of you think you're trying to hit someone, it's like you lose your root, right? I mean, you can say about hitting somebody after you figure it out, but not right now. 1, okay, 2, 3. Do you want to try it now? Yes.
Anybody have Amazon?
Yes, yeah. All of us have Amazon.
Reacher?
Who? Reacher?
Swear to God, you gotta watch Reacher. Reacher, oh yeah. If you watch it.
REACHER?
Yeah, it's a guy.
Oh, really? All right. So you can alternate, but try to think about the root and that your arm is part of your feet. Move your hip. Okay. Speaking of moving your hip here, okay, let's just say, I'm going to borrow Master Garrett here. I can call you guys, all these titles. Just don't call me a title. Just don't call me a title. Okay, so, and just the moving of the hip. So here's Master Garrett here, right? I do not want to, at the moment, if we're like this, it's okay because I don't want to like warn him I'm going to like do something. But if you're doing something, you don't want to stand square, hip square, because this is too much to him, right? Right. So you do want to kind of make sure that you do this, right? So and if I want to come in on him, I'm going to make sure I'm kind of having that angle, right? And And let's say I want to do the next move, and or I want to move in on it, for example. I don't want to move in flat. So even when we practice the stepping, I'm going to be in this angle, right? And when the next one, I'm going to be at this angle. Now notice what I'm not doing. I'm not taking my hips and going like the John Wayne, right? But I need to go forward. So, and I don't need, and I'm trying not to do the John Wayne. So it's going to require me to be able to step in and learn to pivot. Just this. See that? Just that.
Like a barber pole.
Yeah, like a barber pole. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of like your spiral. Right. So I'll go one. I'm going to come in, come back, come in, and see. Look at my hips. Right. They're not doing this to do that. To do that. Okay. Now, if I did, let's say I want to move in on him. I just want to push him or something like that. I can't push him like this. Right. So I say I want to push him. I'm going to have to learn how to do this with my hip so I can connect straight. See that? So I went straight in. I still, but my feet work. And I can't do this footwork either. Right? So this is an interesting thing. It's about how you use your hip when you come in. But I know we don't necessarily think about it. Yeah, good, right? Yeah. How you use your hip. Yeah, yeah. So the footwork of all of this stuff is trying to get this joint and to either move your leg in the joint or move your hip above the leg. Yeah. So it's like if your hip, so you can think of your head of your leg, and you can just make your, and so in the Bhagwan guys, they kind of move the hip around the leg, right? So when you do this one, you're planted, right? And then you want to go out, then you can open this hip, so take that hip, turn on that hip. You turn on this hip and then turn the leg in the hip. Right, so you turn the hip, then turn the leg in the hip, and then turn on the hip. Yeah. That's the idea, but you can't do it if you don't know how to do this thing in your hip. Right. So even when we do this, I'm just giving you guys the whole movement theory about this. I'm like into movement now, man. Yeah, you probably will. The Alzheimer's is sitting in there, Mark. Who's Al? Yeah, well, you could tell this is the only kind of social thing I do, so that's why we're having so much fun. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get back to that. Okay. Let's get back a little bit to that. I think we'll do a little bit of Chen work just because it's and then Sifu Mark, Sifu Mark here had the question. I wanted to look at some Chen stuff like piece by piece, and I think that's very useful. So we'll just work a little bit, just a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and go and do some Chen stuff. But let's work on. So thinking of the hip moving. So you can think of the hip like an axe or a head of an axe. I don't know. But it's like you cut into a space, right? So you can use that with your Xingyi cut, which is this. And you can make it simple, just alternate without the whole fancy stuff. Just so you can learn the hip movement first. Okay, when I come in, power through the legs, power that cut through the legs. Yeah, I'm gonna take my jacket off. It's really nice out. Wow, this is really good. This is really nice. Is this the fake spring? This is the fake spring, right? When they fooled all the plants. Okay. So when you come in, you can think of slicing into a space with your hip and using your legs to slice into that space. So pushing off the back leg, like Master Mark, like Sifu Mark says. I haven't promoted him to master yet. All right. Okay, so we can add a little bit of spiral. So let's add a little bit of spiral. So you learn the spiral. Okay, so you just don't bring your hand up and out like that. So come in, bring the hand like into your dantian, into your center, and feel it wind up. And when you feel it wind up, it's going to be just like that thing with the going down the shoulder blade, right? And when it comes out, this thing goes down the shoulder blade. Come back, and when you're coming back, don't try to yank it with your arm. Just relax, bring it slowly back, and then come out. Come back. Come out. Come back. Come out. Come back. So working with movement, working with feeling your movement. And the thing that ruins internal martial arts is, or ruins its reputation as people, right? They just, whatever. It's kind of like, I think you went to that Aikido class in the Odd Fellows Hall, the whatever that hall was, the Masons. Well, that's what my videos are. Oh, you know what? I see Steven Seagal on YouTube, and he like knocks. I mean, he's this big, giant, fat guy, and of course he's gonna knock this dude over, right? Uh-huh. Oh, is he? He has the moves. I mean, he has the technical moves. Yeah. So let's watch it. He's definitely a fake. You know, he got fined by the SEC because he was promoting some crypto thing, and he didn't reveal that the company paid him to promote it, and the company itself was a scam. Like, people give money to the company and it would disappear. The company was like in Lithuania or someplace. Nelson could be the expert on this. I mean, I can answer it, but I don't want to be the all-knowing teacher. Yeah, and so there's this. Okay, so there's this guy. We don't know if he's a real guy or not, but he has a name, and he said, like, there's only, like, I'm going to use round numbers, 100 million Bitcoins. That's all. Okay, and each of those coins has a secret, 27-letter password. And if you figure out the password, you can own that coin. That's your coin. Okay, and then what do you have to? Then everybody has to agree. Okay, if Bitcoin's worth that much, if you give me that, I'll give you this. Right? It's like bartering, except they give you money instead of stuff. And so what people do then is like, okay, so 27-letter password, for example, it's more complicated than that. So people buy all these computers trying to crack the password, and that's how they mine it. Exactly, yeah. But people have made money on it because they buy it and they get rid of it, right? I just had breakfast with Howard the other day. He was saying that he worked with some guys. They made a ton of money, but they got out. All right. Okay, ready? So let's do a little bit of Chen stuff. So, okay, so we use the more simple moves to try and get the hips going. So we're going to sit in the hip, right? So we talked about this one time. Master Chen had a big thing about this. Like, if you pop your hip up, and he said, even Shifu can't withstand it, right? He like push on the hip, and like I pushed him over. See, even Shifu. And then he just sit into your hip, relax, make sure good posture. and hand goes with the hip. Okay. Now, when I bring you this up, what about that thing we worked on with going down the back of the body? Right? Then the hand goes up, turn the hip a little bit, turn the hip a little bit. So I think the Bagua gives you more, movement in your hip, right? Because you're really turning and everything. Now in Chen, the movement's a little bit smaller because it's just you take these little practice. It's just really it's a drill. It's a drill, right? So you just kind of just move, learning how to move the hand with the hip, and when you come up, energy goes down the back, but move the hip to lift the hand almost. Okay. So now the hip helps you a little bit, gives you that what Sifu Mark was talking about, gives you that multiple directions. Right? Well, that's true, yeah. You might have to. Yeah. George Shu says if the guy's weak, then you just power through. Yeah. But if not, you have to be trickier. Okay. And you can just move from side to side, using your hip to go from one side to the other. Now, this can be a good leg workout too. Okay. So you can just do one hand just so you can focus on the energy of one side, how that comes up, and relax. And we can try the other side. We'll use the gel a little bit only to try to explore this type of movement. Or the monkey staff. No, so we're gonna miss you. Oh. Oh, I see. So here's the good thing: if you move to I mean, I can't see how Vancouver is any cheaper because Vancouver is right next to Portland. Yeah. Oh, you can make money. Mark's neighbor across the street from him at the village, he's selling house for $750. Holy shit! And it's like one level house. Yeah, one level, one bath. You only have one bath. Wow. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get the same guy. I text him back and said, "Don't mail me again. I don't like having those cards." Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you feel the joint in here work. You really want to feel this joint work a little bit. Oh God. Until it doesn't. When interest rates rises, housing might drop off a little bit. So you got to be careful when you jump in. I mean, that's because it's. But if you, yeah, that's a good deal. Yeah. Okay, let's try two sides. So kind of like cloud hands, but different. Okay, so cloud hands is like this, right? So one side over, and then come back out. Okay, so we can just work on this from one side to the other, nice and easy. Laura, I hope you can see all of this. Steve has family obligations today, he said. But he'll watch on the YouTube once I get it going. Yeah, we will. He just said, telling Sifu Mark has decided to become a monk. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. So when you come out, don't lose this root, right? Stay rooted in the back. So it's very easy to kind of push yourself out. So when you come in, So think of pushing this leg down, and this leg pushes down, so this leg can anchor in. I don't know if that makes sense either. Okay, so add a little bit of chin stuff. So we're going to have a little bit of the wrist stuff. That's the right thing to do. That's what we want to do now. You're developing earth on the side, the other side. God. Okay, we got to get to the form, a little bit of the form now. One. So I'm sinking into this hip and coming out. Okay, so if I could sink into this hip, I'm going to try using Master Garrett here. If I could sink into this hip, I can try to get some power out of this hip, right? Like if I just want to, all right, so I just try it this way. So if I just kind of push off, oh man, no way. Right? So I have to kind of get into my hip a little bit, right? I may not even use this arm because this is not the right thing to do, but I need to get into my hip and then try to see if I could use my hip to get into him, right? It'd be better if I did this way. It's easier. Okay, so I'm gonna get into. So if I'm not into my hip, that totally doesn't do anything. So I need to be into my hip, and then I can try to figure out this thing with the shoulder, and that works pretty well, I think. It's pretty solid. Yeah, it affects you. So this is the whole thing about trying to get into your hip, but not collapse into your hip. All right, speaking of which, let's do some chin stuff now. Okay, so Sifu Mark wanted to go through each part of the form and analyze it for its Chi Na and its he's the Sifu, so you know you
But I think it would be good for it.
No, it would be good. Okay.
What each move means.
All right, so let's
together and it's actually.
Yeah, some people do. I mean, the way I learned, you just start this way. Some it's kind of up to you. Yeah, and this. Come here, Mark. I'll show you. Okay, Mark, you'll do the step out, so you can see it. So Laura can see that. No, face Laura. Don't scare. Don't scare her. Okay. All right. All right. So, right. Okay, now step out. Ready? Step out. Step. That's the point. See that? If I was in front of him trying to punch him, he steps out, I miss. That's kind of the idea of that. All right. So that's the idea of that. So, and I got that from Chen Xiaowang's nephew. He came to Seattle and I went to visit him. Chen Xiao is I forgot, Chen Jiquan. No, Chen. Anyway, some guy named Chen. He came to Seattle. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's. Yeah, Chen Village guy. Okay, ready? I'll be off in an angle so she could see a little bit better. So let's work on the posture and then think about the shoulder blades coming down because it's still the same thing. We'll do Sifu Mark's thing. Okay. Come out. So so this is good because then you want to root in the standing leg, but not let this leg just float out. Right. So you have to control and then relax the energy down, step out, and then root back in. All right, so here's the first move. So the first move, guy here, think of somebody here in the corner. And you come up and think of that thing we did with the shoulder in the back. One, okay? And just come back. So feel the connection from down to up. One, turn. Okay? And then root into the hip here and then push off. Okay, so just kind of get that idea. This is like one move, but it has all this stuff in it. Sink, turn the hip. You can really even turn it more. Have the hands still in front of like your chest, so don't have the hands right here. Keep everything connected. Turn the hip and push off. Okay, and relax. Okay, so let's look at the Chi Na aspect of it, or some of the other aspects of it. So Mark is over here on the corner. Now this is all theoretical, right? But it's just, so let's just say he comes. So that would be this one. That's pretty obvious, I think, right? So yeah, that you could be, yeah. I mean, we just try to do some simple ones, but yeah, you could do like, you know, I mean, something, whatever, but just one. Okay, so yeah, just get it out of the way. So you're not making it this way. You're economizing. Okay, and then you maybe, and then he's coming, and so you lead. You can lead him, right? That's this one. You can lead him into the arm bar, right? Now here's another interesting thing about the arm bar. We'll try just one hand. Okay, so he's gonna be firm, and I'm going to see if this idea of mine with the shoulder and all that, right? So if you use muscle, right, and if you don't have any muscle, he'll just hammer you. Okay, so one thing is about connection. So even though I'm a little bit off an angle, I have to have my hips at him. That brings my power to him a little, right? Yeah, my intention. And then I need to learn how to, why is Tai Chi soft? So he's coming, right? Or we're even straight on. So this is another idea. So he's coming in, and I wanted to be able to try to do something like that. Now I don't want to force it either. Ready? The moment I force it, I can't do it. Yeah, I was like, yeah, right, exactly. And sometimes, and then, but you can't be like 2 weeks, or he'll be strong. You can't go like either. It's really interesting, right? But if you can try to get up, and if you can't be soft in the arm, right? So it's okay, I'll be soft in the arm. Well, that doesn't work. So you need the connection from your back to the ground into your hips. So if you come, this is easy. You don't have to really spend too much energy, right? Okay, so yeah. But the thing is, you have to have intention, you have to have connection. The moment he touches, you're connected. You're both connected, right? And you don't have to be fast. You could be fast, but it may not work, right? If fast helps the surprise, but it may not work because the guy could be just too strong, too big, right? There are guys, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, you can control it. So another interesting thing is like when you move, okay, so for example, here's another thing. So this is really getting into this, right? So the another thing is like, if I kind of think of, I'm playing with this idea. If my mind says, I want to move Mark, I can't, I feel like my mind is not in my body. I need to have my mind in my body and then just feel what my body wants to do, right? So pushing it. So make my body. And I was going to make my body react, as opposed to try to figure out what Mark's doing. That takes my mind too busy. Oh yeah, that's true. Shit. Yeah, that's true. That's another one. You take the spot. You take his land. Yeah. Just kind of like the way animals work. Okay, let's go back to the thing. This is the first move. Okay, so but let's work. Just work the whole idea of the energy of the sequence of it. 1, 2, soften the elbow, get into the hip, and then just try to redirect where that's going to go. So here you got the arm bar. Now maybe you want to straighten the arm out. You straighten the arm out and put him on the floor. I mean, maybe you could do that. Maybe you can straighten you have the elbow, you have the wrist. 1, put him on the floor. All right, the next move, we're going to go up. So the hand's going to turn up. Now the hands have to connect with the back because they have to spiral. Okay, and the leg's going to spiral up. So even though this is the beginning, there's a lot to it. Okay, we'll just root into the ground just to give you guys a rest. And then we're going to do the same move. It's basically the same move. It's just in a bigger circle. And it still has to be soft. Still have the energy in the back, rolling down, turning the hip. Okay. Pull, and then again, when I pull, I don't think of yanking him out. Just move my center and go. Let's do that again. So in one way, if I'm going to move him, I need to get him out of his root. But I can't be out of my root. So 1, so you feel it's a very leg intensive work. Okay. And here, so let's go to the next move. Root into this leg. I'm going to open this hip up, bring it through, and wind. It's like it's like you barber pole the knee up, right? And although we might want to stamp and kill the guy, we'll just take it easy on our knees. Okay, so hopefully that. Okay, so yeah, with this. So he is in the corner. 1, 2. We just kind of. So here it is. I'm going to try to relax. And I might try to push him. He's not going. So he wants to come back at me. So I might want to go down, right? So here's the thing. So I might want to go down. I might want that's. Yeah. If you don't want to come down, then I'm going to come up and crank your elbow. Yeah. Yeah. You can just skip all the other pushing if you want. Yeah. It does. It makes a lot of sense. But the thing is that you notice there's a lot of control. There's a lot of control in Chen. That's why there's this move. Right? Now watch. Here's a pot fighter. I'm not going to do this on Garrett. I can't do it on Garrett. But so if I want to do the control, you will not do it on him. Yeah, I will not do it on him. But this is the move. It's from here, and I can't just do it with my wrist or my hand, no matter how strong my hand is. Right? Oh, I know my mouse hand. Okay, so this is where you kind of like, and so like wrist joints usually gifts because they're not paying attention. But you have to kind of be able to use all of this, all of it to go, right? Okay, you got to use all of it to go. Yeah, you can, right? And usually with this is 1, 2. And they don't do it in this form. It could be in the eye, and then you got the chance, right? Because sometimes like you hit 1, 2, 3, boom, and then go. Yeah. Oh right. I come in and I might be resisting, and you might just go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. That little project. Yeah. Or the other thing is he comes in, and I send it back to him. So it's like he punches, like a boom, boom. It's like I circle it back with a woo. Okay. This is how Aikido works. Woo. No, not with the woo. Yeah. That George has yeah. No, George sure has a special class for that. Yeah. He has like secrets. He has like, I think Mark, you've been to a few. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, it's too complicated. This stuff's too complicated. Okay, so Laura, I know you want some exercise, so let's go and get some exercise. All right. Well, that was all right. So let's just go through that again. I made you bring the sticks. We'll just do a couple of spins to work the hip and shoulder joint, and try to see if we can take the spins and make it healthy. That's a very important part. Ready? So let's just go through the beginning part. Now, if you get the beginning part, learning the whole form is really not that super important because it's really all of this kind of other stuff that you want to work on, right? So notice how the shoulder relaxes down here. Come up, and you wind the knee into the guy. Come out. You can bring this, and this one kind of glides his elbow along a little bit. Use your hip. Work once. He pushes back. Root him into your leg. Use this leg. Maybe push him down. Out to the eyes. Okay, so here's this one's a little bit athletic here. Up. 1. Okay, when I come back, I just don't like flop. When I come back, it winds in. Okay, so it's like I come out and back in. Okay, so I'm up here and I wind back in. So it's not just straight up and down. It's like a little, this is for Lori on the camera. It's like a little bit like this, come back and in, okay? Oh yeah, I think it could be a spin, yeah. It kind of depends on what you got going with the guy. Could you think of this one, boom. Okay, so we had this idea, like try to get him to relax, try to get this move, right? So you can go 1, instead of flat, it's like, you bring it back into your center. I think that would be really bad.
Do this because you want straight my arm.
Yeah, that's true too.
You got a hold of it. I don't want you to
Right.
have straight.
Yeah. No, that would be bad.
That's all you want.
Yeah.
If you pull it out,
So you can look at this other one too, like one, and if he's not straight, and I want to really break his arm because I don't want to break him necessarily, like he's like in the face, and then take his arm. Yeah. They come back now. Okay, so that's all the violence for today.
what?
All right, so let's get with the sticks. Oh, there's this one guy. There was this one guy that was I met. We'll use the short one. I asked you guys to bring the short one. Mark had extras. Mark has an extra. If you want, Nelson, do you want to use your monkey staff? Okay, yeah, he paid good money for that monkey staff. We'll use the short one. Can you break yours in half? Oh, no, you can use the long one. All right. Yeah, 4 foot 2, 50 inches. Okay. All right. Well, you'll see. I just don't want you. This is a really convenient size. Okay. Let's just try it. So you might want to use 2 hands. Okay. So again, this doesn't move all by itself. You can. Now, it's kind of good to have the heavy one because then it makes you not move it all by yourself, right? So the hand and the hip, and then bring the hip back. Hand and the hip, bring the hip back. Get into the legs. Okay, what did we talk about? Remember with the first warm up with this one? Try that same idea with this stick now, with the staff. Keep that energy going down the back. Right, so I don't want to hit the guy from the top, right? When I hit the guy, if I want to hit him like smacking with it, even if I have the long one, you know, I'm going to use a little bit more distance for the smack. I want the energy riding down my back, right? So all the energy is in the leg. So just take your time, use the hip, and just see, you know, the elbow only goes this way usually, right? The elbow all by itself, that is. And to make a turn, you got to use the shoulder, right? The elbow does this, shoulder does this, elbow does this, shoulder does this, right? And the wrist does a couple other things. But just go slow. So you want to work how the legs send the stick out. Okay. Work how the legs send the stick out. Okay, good. You could switch, and we'll do some spins. But just get this high warm up of the joints, wrist, elbow, hip, ankle. Yeah, and you could do a Marcus switch. I think you can switch. Marcus did the switch, so we can 1, 2. You can make the hand a little bit open if you like, just so you can get a little bit more spin if you like. So take your time, just kind of work with the body. So don't send the stick out by itself. Because if you use it, you know, if you use it, you want your body weight behind it, right? Unless, you know, no, you don't do it. Unless you have one that's spear, like a really sharp point, you just need to touch them. Right? But you want to use your body weight, so we can just practice a little bit of the spinning, just to warm up the joints, so we're not doing anything crazy with it. Okay, I see Steve from Mark wants to do the figure 8, so we can try the figure 8. Okay, now the figure 8. Do not do the figure 8 like just with the arms. Just take your time. Take your time. Feel your feet. Feel how the hips move into the movement. Okay. Now look, this is kind of like Chen because we have this move, right? And we have like, you know, maybe like this move, right? So you can, and there's things you could do with the stick too. That's kind of fun. Okay, so 1. So just simple figure 8. 2. You can do an extra spin in the figure 8 if you know, but it's not that important. Some of it is just kind of, you know, playing around with your hand work. Okay, then you could spin around the top and back over the top. Okay. Use your weight. Step you can step around in different directions if you like. Okay, so you can spin one way, turn 180 degrees, spin the other way. So slowly work the steps, moving with your feet and hip. So I talk about dantian. I really now think that because the dantian sits right in between the hip bones. So you can think of the dantian, or you can think of your hip bone. So my theory has been like, or my idea has been like, it's too hard for people to figure out what a dantian is, but they can know what the hip bones are. So you can get them to move their hips. If they can't figure out their dantian, it's like, oh, I know how to move my hips. And then you slow it down and have them think about more in the space in between their hips moving. So you can kind of get all that muscle here. Have a good core. One, we do a couple of techniques. What's that? Oh, that's a great tool. Yeah. Yeah, you can't do it. Yeah. Okay, let's do a couple of simple techniques then, a couple of simple moves. Nelson, you have the bigger weapon, so I would take a wider thing and not go over your head. The guys with the smaller, lighter weapon, if you want, you can try over your head. I mean, you've done the Joe, right? Yeah. Okay, but let's do a couple of things. Let's just do the simple stab. Okay, so the simple stab now is not just, right? Unless you have a really pointy weapon, maybe it works. But for this, we're training the body, right? We're training, okay, so ready? So we just kind of just root into one leg and you fire off this leg and in. And when I fire, and then when you fire it, don't pull back, right? You want to fire in, but don't fall in. Does that make sense, you guys? Don't fall in. You don't want to fall into the guy. You still want to root into him. All right, 1. And we just do a couple of these. These are fun. 2. You can also do the spin, like if you have a spearhead that's twirling. Yeah, you could twirl it. Some people don't. Okay, so you let it slide the front and pull it back. Yeah, you could twirl it, yeah. So you could twirl it and stop it because you don't want to lose it. Okay. So this is a very simple one. Okay. Okay, so you guy in front, guy in back. All right, there's 2 ways to do it. One is takes longer. So 1, but we'll go ahead and try the other one in back because it's just more of a balance. I'm going to flip this stick over, switch my hands, and let them fly. Okay, but I want to make sure I don't just like, right? You know what I'm saying? So, because I'm still practicing how to turn my center. And then you could stab the other way. Okay, when I lift the weapon, so if you have Nelson's monkey staff, it's actually the monkey staff weighs an infinite amount of weight if you read the novel, I think. Yeah, I mean, he kills people very easy with that thing. Have you read the novel? I read the first 2 volumes. Okay, so when you pick it up, don't pick it up with your arm. Put it in your center. And then turn your center and then go. 1. So use it to train your center. 2. I will go here, face lower. If you want. Keep it close to your body. Yeah, you can keep it close to your body. Yeah. Just think of like you try to lift it up from here. Right? You can't do it. Like someone, especially someone has it or something like that. Not that someone might necessarily have it, but or if it's really heavy, and try to pick it up from here, you don't have any room. Even if you're really strong, it's still, you're using all this external muscle. So very good, Mark. Very good, Sifu Mark. That's true. Yeah. So his backward force is 180, very simple, 1, 2. But go slow. And so you want to see how you're going to. So my front foot's here. I'm going to try to learn to pivot. I'm going to try to learn to turn from my center. Right. So in other words, I want to go here. And as a guy here, I want to be stable to face him here. Now, of course, if the guy's like really on you, then you might need to step back. But if you need to step back, move your center out of the way. Move with your center, right? So you're always centered, whatever, tips. Okay. So this is an easy way to, and then you can do this in 4 directions. So this we'll do a very simple 4-direction form. And just, just go off whatever the convenient foot is. Okay, we won't do anything fancy yet. Okay, just kind of learn to put it into your center. All right. The other thing is like, okay, so so you want your energy at the tip, so to speak, or because you want to put the tip into the guy, right? But you don't want to throw your weapon away. So you have to have your intention to like, put your intention through the weapon, right? So just kind of just hold that. Okay, so it's kind of like, I'm not going to jam him, but it's kind of like you can't like hold it. There's no intention. You almost like, and you can really feel a little bit, just a little bit of that. That's all you need, just a little bit of that, right? You just need a little bit of intention, right? When you practice by yourself, right? A little intention. Okay, let's do another one. So it's just a really simple form. So you go from a guy in front, there's a guy behind you, you don't have time to turn around. Slide it, and we'll just do a basic and jam it. Got it? Ready? I'll go here for water. So I'm going to slide it. First I'm going to jab and then pull. Okay, now here's the thing with this. This is now the root. The front leg's the root now because I'm going to go this way. And then your hips open, your hips kind of give you a base. So you feel like your hips get a little bit wider. They don't have to be wide, but then you want to feel like your hips, kind of your glutes widen out to provide that base. And then just flip it over from the back and then go the other way. One, and stab, and pull it back the other way. Okay. So this technique is basically this. Just let me show you. I got this guy, here's another guy. I just pull it, go. Right? I just go, pull it, go. Go, pull, go. Go, pull. Or you could just do 2 directions, 1 direction. Okay, so some you can get really lost in like the handwork, right? So just 1 step and horse stance. Okay, not that we're practicing standing, but and then you want to be do that again, Sifu. Everybody in the camera. Do that again. What you just did. Okay, now Sifu Mark has the forward stance here, the bow arrow stance. Oh, that's not bad. Do horse stance, a little bit horse stance. What do you like better? Doesn't matter, I guess. No, I guess not. Okay. I guess it does. Okay. I mean, I just kind of like your horse stance. I just want to see what is different. Either word. It doesn't matter. That's true. It doesn't matter if you have your stance, right? That's true. Very good, Sifu Mark. Yeah, you get a star. I should give you an extra U. Sifu. Sifu Mark. Okay, 1, 2, turn it. Okay, so I turn it, I just flip it over the wrist like this. So the simple way is just turn your hand over and you're in the new position. Okay. If you want to have more than just handwork, try to see if you can imagine turning, just try to slow down and see, kind of get your center to help you with it. So it stays, right? So nothing is ever just in the hand. Does that make sense? Then come back the other way. And then think of the center, your hip turning it, or turn your hip, turn your center. 1. Okay, now I'm warmed up. Okay, we're gonna quit soon. Time's getting short. Oh yeah, we better quit. Okay. So that's a very simple, 4 movement form, right? 2 direct, and so we can work that. And then, and then you can just, so it's very simple, but it's, the whole idea is just to learn to move center, move center, move center, move center, keep your root. Okay, before we start going on to stuff like, the smacking with this. The small stick is kind of fun because it's really can do a lot of stuff with a small stick, right? But all of that depends on, it all kind of depends on good good route. Okay, so it's not that I'm an expert in this, but I like to use this to explore how we use this, right? All right, so one thing, just final thing, you can use the weapon also that as a tool to help you, like is one hip, too far forward sometimes, because that's kind of bad for you. You can't walk around like this, right? I'm exaggerating, obviously. Neither can you walk around like this. You neither can walk around like this, right? So hips, this will help you level the hips off. So you can use that to, and you can also use it to work on your hip spiral. Okay, so we should probably do that to start. Yeah, you can try that on your Bhagwan, right? 1, 2, 3. So this way your Bhagwan is not just this. Yeah, it has to be alive. Okay, so let's just finish. Okay. All right, very good. Thank you. We'll skip the Qigong. Yeah, very good. Okay, thank you. No, that was fun. I hope that was fun. We didn't do any monkey stuff though. It's like. Oh, yeah, we'll give that a try. Well, that's true too. Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. All right, I'll have to somehow convince my wife it's okay. Convince my wife it's okay. Okay, Laura. All right, thank you for coming. I hope you had fun. Again, just check the YouTube channel. I'll email you too when it's up. All right, I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.